right. Welcome to an episode of Can You Connect? And this is Mr. Walk That Walk. And today's video, we are going to be discussing the four domains of psychotic disorders and schizophrenia. And these four domains is not, let's say, a disorder we're going over for this episode, but we're going to cover the domains of the disorder before we get to the disorders on the following episodes. Because the domains are so a lot, it's good to go over them before we discuss it because they're not really going to, when I go over the disorders, it's not really going to go over all these things. So the first one we're going to be covering is delusions. But there's a disorder named delusion, so we're only going to go over a little bit, and then on the next episode we're going to go over everything about delusions. So I'm only going to give up a small amount of information. And for delusions, usually these are fixed beliefs that are unlikely to change in the light of conflicting evidence. So it's going to be hard to change somebody's mind about what their belief is. Delusions are deemed as bizarre, and they are clearly implausible and not understandable to the people in the same culture as them. And these are distinct between a delusion and a strongly held idea. It's sometimes difficult to make and depends in part on the degree of the conviction of which the belief is held, despite clear and reasonable contradiction evidence regarding the veracity. So you can have a strong belief, that they're talking about between somebody having delusion and then just somebody have a strong belief that they're being, let's say, stubborn on it. They're not going to move on. So there's a distinct difference between that. But we'll go on more. I'll go on more about it next episode. It will be just about delusion. And there's a disorder called delusion disorder. However, we're just covering the domains. So this is not a disorder that we're going to be covering in this episode. The second one is going to be hallucinations. So hallucinations are perception-like experiences that occur without external stimulus. They are vivid and clear, and with full force and impact of normal perceptions, and not under voluntary control. They may occur in a sensory modality, but auditory hallucinations are the most common ones. So they mostly hear voices. Auditory hallucinations are usually experienced as voices, whether familiar or unfamiliar. They are perceived as distinct from an individual's own thoughts. The hallucinations may occur in context of a clear scenario. However, we will experience some type of, let's say, a hallucination is not when you're first falling asleep or while you're falling asleep or while you're waking up. Those are normal in a sense, like if you're starting to have some type, because you're starting to get into your dream state of mind. So you may potentially have some type of hallucination, potentially. Hallucinations may be a normal part of religious experience in some cultures. So yeah. The next one is going to be disorganized thinking. And this gets into this gets into someone's speech, so how this person communicates. And the individual may switch from one topic to the next topic. That's usually called like a loose association. They may do. They may answer. They may answer a question in an oblique way. These are tangential. Yeah, yeah, tangibility. My bad on the speech, bro. I'm trying to get these right. I'm like, sometimes I be trying to practice them, and then sometimes I end up right. Sometimes it ends up a bit messy. So be patient with me. um, Another one is speech may be very disorganized or incomprehensible. These are usually called a word salad. However, mild a some people have a mild disorganized speech in some cultures. The severity of impairment may be difficult to evaluate if the person is from a different culture. So that's why it's always good to have people from the same nationalities, from the same cultures, examining, their people because they understand what's normal and what's not normal in their culture. The next one is going to be grossly disorganized and abnormal motor behavior. Grossly disorganized or abnormal motor behavior may manifest itself in a variety of ways, ranging from childlike silliness to unpredictable agitation. Problems may be noted in any form of goal-directed behavior, leading to difficulties in performing daily living tasks. So just being able to take care of yourself. Daily living tasks could be, let's say, taking care of your home, cooking for yourself, getting yourself ready in the morning, working, socializing. So that's and the other one is catonic behavior. It's marked with decreased reactivity to the environment, which ranges from the resistance to instructions to maintaining a rigid, inappropriate, or bizarre posture to a complete lack of verbal and motor response. It can also include purposeless and excessive motor activity without cause. Other features are repeated stereotype movements, staring, grimacing, mutism, and echoing of the speech. Although catania has historically been associated with schizophrenia, it's also with other disorders like bipolar or depressive mood or depressive disorders. And that'll be it for grossly disorganized and abnormal motor behavior. The last one is going to be negative symptoms. This will include a diminished emotional expression, includes reduction of expression of emotions in the face, eye contact, and speech, and movements of the hand and face that are normally give an emotional emphasis to the speech. Another part of this is avolition is a decreased and motivated decrease in purposeful activities, such as this person may sit for a long period of time without having any interest in participating in work or social activities. And there's some other ones called alogi, is manifested in diminished speech output, and hedoniae is a decreased ability to experience pleasure. Asociality is a lack of interest in social interactions. And that will conclude this. So, you know, it's a lot. Hopefully, we're able to y'all were able to understand everything. because schizophrenia has a lot going on, and we just want everybody to have a good understanding of each disorder and what's going on with each of them. Because the more we're able to understand things, the more we could be understanding towards other people. It makes life easier when we understand why people act or do things a certain way. So remember, delusions deal with belief. They have certain beliefs. Remember, hallucinations, it could be something they see or it could be something they hear in their mind. The voice one is common. Disorganized speech. They can be jumping from topic to topic, talking about multiple things. They could be grossly disorganized with their behavior, so they could be childlike, or they could be unpredictable, agitated. They could have abnormal movement. Their motor behaviors are a bit bizarre. By the way they sit, by them having repetitive movements, by them having, by them just, sitting in one spot or something for a long period of time. Then they have negative symptoms where they're more so flat, so they're not expressing different emotions. They're not social. They don't do things with purpose. Yeah. Okay. So I did a big one and then I did a little short synopsis. So just to make it a little bit easier, just sometimes you want the short and sweet at the end to just sum up what all 5 domains are. Okay. All right. So this will conclude this episode. Of course, when we support a Black-owned business, this one's going to be a restaurant called Sugar Mama's. They have a lot of breakfast food. Yeah, they're like a brunch and breakfast place. So definitely check them out. I'll put all the information in the description. And of course, support the person who made my avatar and the musician who made, who I use their music. So all that information will be in the description. And of course, I'm a clinical social worker for the state of Maryland. And, can provide individual, family, or couples therapy. So if you're interested, just shoot me an email. All that stuff will be in the description below. So we'll be checking back in pretty soon. And y'all definitely have a good rest of the day and a good rest of the week. Our lives are filled with drama. Our homes are homes, they feel empty. Our dreams are dreams, slowly shattered. And our bodies are bruised and battered. What does it take to become a legend? What can we do to teach a lesson? Is there a way for a future commitment? Oh, why do we wait to repaint the world? When the world loses color, it's our goal to paint them back. Yeah, yeah. When the world loses color, it's our goal to paint them back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Our emotions
feelings have long gone are beautiful when mine can't see the beauty in them. Our men are not standing strong. What does it take to become a legend? What can we do to teach a lesson? Whoa, is there a way for a few to come in there? Why do we wait to repaint the world? Yeah, yeah, when the world lose its color, it's our goal to